guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I go by RishaaMariee, and if you are not new here, I appreciate you for coming back because you show up and you show out. Now, before we start this video, I know you can tell by the title and you probably like, okay, what's going on here? What you doing? You normally do hair, girl. What you doing? So I decided to do a different type of video, an unpopular opinion video. I did one once before, and I basically got this idea a little bit from Terrell. Y'all know Terrell make dope videos. If you don't follow him or you're not subscribed to him, go and check out his channel. He makes really dope videos. He does a lot of song association type videos, but he did do this one video where he listed his top 10 non-skip albums, like R&B albums. That was his top 10. Now, I'm not doing my top 10, but I am doing albums that I feel like in the R&B or pop range, like you can just listen to them straight through. They're not my top 10. They may not even be my favorite album from this artist, but it is, you know, it's a non-skip album. Like, you can listen to it straight through. Like, no skips. You ain't gotta be like right there by the phone and be like, nah, play next. We ain't doing it. You ain't gotta do that. You can listen to this straight through. Now, I normally say I don't do long intros, and I always do a long intro, but
honey, do that. It's your business.
Before we start this video, make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you hit that like button, and let's jump right into it. So, of course, these videos are in no particular order at all. Order is not a word. Order. They are in no particular order, but I'm just going to be listing 10 videos that you can listen, 10 albums that you can listen to straight through. Now, y'all know back in the day, like, all them albums was straight cuts, like, boo, 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 boo. Nowadays, we don't really got it like that. So, a lot of the albums on my list are throwback albums a little bit. But, you know, I'm going to start with a newer album. I think it was even released last year. So, let me see. Yeah, it was released in 2019. Shea Butter Baby by Ari Lennox. And let me start by saying this. I feel like albums that have the single as the album title always be fire. Like, if you think about it, they always be fire, because I got a few on my list that was a single and the album title, and they was bomb. So Shea Butter Baby, I'm looking through it right now. Every single song I can sit through and listen to straight through. Like, this was a bop album. She didn't have too many features. She had 2 features, 12 songs. It was 44 minutes, so you not there forever. This album was cold. I don't get why Ari Lennox wasn't giving no awards. So I understand why she was a little bit salty about that. I understand she felt like she was owed some awards. But hey, the greats always never get it when they supposed to. But you get your flowers, boo. You got to keep doing it. But this was a bomb album. If you have not listened to it, if you sleep on Ari Lennox, if you don't even know who Ari Lennox is, I don't know where you been. But she signed to Dreamville, so that should tell you enough right there that she cold. That should just tell you. Okay, so the next one on my list, I feel like this may be a little unpopular, but I feel like people rock with him. This is a little older. It's 2012, and it is Miguel, Kaleidoscope Dream. Every song on this, I'm like looking through the list right now. That's why I got my phone. I'm looking through the list right now. This album was a vibe. My favorite song on this album, that's rude. I shut my sound off. Excuse me. Every song on this album was on point. My favorite song on this album is probably Candles in the Sun. Girl, it make you want to sit back, turn the music on, turn the lights off, have your wine, and just you there. Like, that song for me is everything. But I could straight up listen to this whole album. We got Adorn, we got Do You, we got How Many Drinks, we got Candles, like, I'm just giving you singles. I'm just giving you singles right there, honey. Like, the album is straight through. 13 songs? No, 12 songs. Let me make sure, because I'm like acting like I can't read this. 12 songs, 46 minutes, straight through, a bop. We need Miguel to be back on this. Not to say that his other albums wasn't good, and not to say that this is my favorite album by Miguel, but this album right here, you can listen to it straight through. Oh, I'm finna piss some people off with this. I already know. Because a lot of people did not like this album. Oh well. It is Lemonade by Beyonce. I don't care what you say. I don't care about you talking about she sounded angry on this album. I do not care. This was a straight through album. You got Pray You Catch Me, Hold Up, Don't Hurt Yourself, Sorry, 6 Inch, Daddy Lesson, Love Drop. A straight through album. I don't care what nobody say. The visuals for this album was cold. When Beyonce angry at Jay-Z, I tell you, we get them classics. We get them classic records. Every time Beyonce is angry at Jay-Z, I love it. Ring the Alarm. What's that song? Well, Resentment. Hello. Don't Hurt Yourself was probably my favorite song on this album, and people hated that song because they're like, what? I love that. Don't Hurt Yourself. Girl. Beyonce, the visuals, her in the onesie, her throwing her ring. Y'all, come on now. And even that country song she tried to throw on there and threw me off, Daddy Lesson, I can still bow to that. You know, I can still rock with that. Lemonade is the straight through album for me, and to be honest, I don't think I know any other Beyonce album that's a straight through for me that I skip on. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. Lemonade may not be my favorite album. Or, dang, is it? I don't think it is. Let me not do that. But it's a straight through. Alright, y'all. We going back in the day, you feel me? Back in the 90s. Y'all know that's my era. If y'all know me, the 90s is my era, okay? And then we gonna hit you back when, you know, Singles was the song title of the album. Straight through album. 10 records. 53 minutes. Oh, this album? Honey. Brown Sugar by D'Angelo. Baby. I wasn't even born when this album. Oh, child. Let me stop. Somebody gonna look this up and be trying to show my age. But D'Angelo, Brown Sugar, baby. Honey, this album was a bop. Me and Those Dreamy Eyes, Brown Sugar, Alright, Jones in My Bone. I can't even say the name of this song, but that song is a bop. If you know, then you know. Smooth Cruising When We Get By, Lady Hype. This album was everything, okay? Like, if you can't sit and listen to some D'Angelo straight through, I'm questioning your musical judgment. That's what I'm questioning at this point. If D'Angelo is not in your top 10 vocalist, top 10 artists, R&B, I'm questioning you. Because D'Angelo is cold. Like, I don't really know what he's doing right now, but D'Angelo in the 90s? Baby, one of my favorite songs is Method Man featuring D'Angelo. Like, if you know, you know. Like, D'Angelo is that man, okay? Period. For real. Okay, now, this next album, this was put out in the 90s as well. 90s girl right here, the 90s baby. Now, this one, I feel like, is not an unpopular opinion. This one is not up for debate. This is, like, point blank period. Everybody gonna agree with this. It is The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That album, honey, gave everybody a reason. Like, people wanted to start coming rapping. People was scared. People wanted to put down their pen after she dropped this. People, because they knew they couldn't compete. This album has straight through bops. Like, you can straight up listen to The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I'm looking through the tracks. 16 tracks, an hour and 30 minutes. Album is fire. Album is straight fire. Every song on here could have dang near been a single. Your boy D'Angelo is on here again. Nothing even matters. Like, this album in itself was so cold. I remember the video. Which song was that? When she like two different people and the screen is split. Like, she dressed in two different. Come on now. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like this is probably one of the coldest debut single albums dropped known to man. Like when you mention debut albums, you mention The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, because this album right here was cold. Even the interludes where like the teacher is talking to the students and they like, what do you think love is? Girl, that album. That album is something cold. All right, my next one is, I feel like he's so underrated because I know a lot of people in my generation that don't know who this is, but I'm gonna give you an educational moment, okay? This is back in the 90s, you know. Again, another 90s album. Danielle Jones, Where I Want to Be. Again, another album with the single as the title of the album. Where I Want to Be is one of them records that I was in 8th, 9th grade singing to the top of my lungs. Had no idea what the record was about, but I know it sounded sad, so I was singing it like I had went through some heartbreak. But really, when you look at that that song, let me know that men went crab at a young age. It taught me, because this man told this girl, he told Shorty, let me tell you, he told Shorty, look, we've been together for a long time, right? I want to go out there and soak my wild oats, but I want you to be right here when I come back, because I'm going to come back, because you really is the bomb, right? But let me go out around yonder, right? Let me check on a few honeys, and then I'm going to come back. And then at the end of the video, y'all, what pissed me off, at the end of the video, Danielle Jones is sitting outside the window while she on a date. Like, ooh, and sitting there talking about, I want you back. Oh, my God. So you mean to tell me you can go do what you want to do, then I go get on the date? You want to come and ruin my date? You want to come and ruin my date? That song, okay. Danielle Jones' pen is so lethal. If you don't listen to Danielle Jones, okay, don't give me this album straight through. Like I said, you got You Know What's Up, you got Shawty Got Eyes on Me, you got Where I Want to Be, Have You Seen It? Like, the list goes on. This album, it will have you in your feels for no reason. Like, you ain't gotta have a man, you ain't gotta have no man problems, you ain't gotta never even known what love felt like. Listen to this album, I guarantee you would think you done had a heartbreak. Listen to this album, guarantee you will think that you're in love, then you're not in love, then you back in love, and I guarantee you, Danielle Jones is that man. His pen is so lethal. He don't get the credit he deserves. He does not get the credit he deserves. Danielle Jones is cold. When I tell you, this is one of my favorite albums, period. Leave it alone the fact that it's a non-skip album. This album is a bop. And let me not even get on his other bops. Black Man. Oh, Danielle Jones is that man, period. Okay, that man. These ain't even unpopular opinions. These are facts at this point, because I'm spitting facts. Okay, period. Okay, the next album, I feel like y'all knew this was gonna be on the list. This can't be an unpopular opinion. This is probably just facts too. Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic. 9 songs. This man toured off this album for about 4 years until Corona hit. This man was still performing this album. I think every single song on this album probably had a video or in the process of making a video. He was dropping videos dang near last year off this album. This album was a straight through, no features, cold, every single record. Even though some of these records got on my nerve after hearing them playing for the 159th week, this album is a bop. It's like every single song is a bop, straight up, straight through, like no skip. Like, it's nothing more I can say about this album. Like, Bruno Mars was cold before he dropped this album, but Bruno was in his bag for this one. This one got the 90s vibes, the feels, he was in his bag, creativity, artistically. I don't know if this man was on drugs when he did it. Why do we attribute the drugs to greatness? Why do we do that? Anyway, this man was in his bag, okay? This man was able to tour off of this. Bruno, you know what Bruno got tired of doing? He got tired of dropping low-key fire and y'all looking over him. That's what Bruno got tired of doing. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to drop this upfront fire. I'm not going to be no low-key no more. I'm going to be high-key. And y'all going to have to acknowledge me one way or another. Because this album, these 9 records, is 30 minutes. 30 minutes, you could listen to it for 4 times. You done got 2 hours out of listening to the same 9 songs and you don't even know it. Straight fire. Straight fire. Straight fire. Alright, y'all. Now, this album is my favorite album by this artist. Have to say that. It is another 90s album. It is Brandy. Which Brandy album y'all think I'm finna say? Which one? It's Never Say Never. Again, another single named as the album title. This album straight through, this is when she was in her bag, got her Grammy with Monica, even though they was fist fighting behind stage, but you know that ain't my business. But this album was straight through. I probably know the lyrics to every single song on here. Angel in the Skies, The Boy Is Mine, Learn the Hallway, Almost Doesn't Count, put that on everything. Like, this album is straight through. I know a lot of people love to say other albums, but this is my favorite album. This album, and I'm not even being biased, like every single song on here hit. Like every single song you could listen to and you don't want to be like, man, skip that, I ain't trying to hit it. This album is a straight through album. Like I know some people, even Terrell wanted to say Full Moon, I believe, and I know some other people like to say Full Moon, but for some reason I can't get jiggy with that. I ain't against Full Moon. Maybe I need to sit down and really try to listen to it again. But Never Say Never is not a miss. Like, you can't miss with Never Say Never. And this was probably her most critically acclaimed album as well. But I think this was the first album I listened to in totality by Brandy. So maybe that's where is, you know, where the history come from. But this album is a bop. This album is a bop for sure. Okay, the next one, number 9, we finishing up, y'all. Number 9 is by Michael Jackson, of course. So we could not have a list without Michael Jackson because he was known for dropping hits. Now, it's not what you think I'm gonna say. I know a lot of people was like, okay, of course, it's not what you think I'm gonna say. Straight through album for me by Michael is the Bad album. Shut up. Shh. I don't want to hear it. Bad. I did put /Thriller on my list because I feel like you can't say Michael Jackson without thinking of that Thriller era, because that was a straight through album. But for me, more so, like, I'll go listen to Bad straight through before I listen to Thriller straight through. But let's not get it remiss. You can listen to all of Michael straight through. Let's put that out there. But this Bad album, honey, the visuals behind Bad, not just a single, another single name title, but not just a single, but every single track. He has Stevie on this album. He, you know, I Just Can't Stop Loving You, Dirty Diana, Smooth Criminal, Another Part of Me, Just Good Friends. Like, this album was it for me. The way you made me feel when he was in the blue in the alleyway dancing and shit, shorty. Like, come on. This album, honey, it was it for me. With the jacket with all the buckles, like, when he moved, you heard him move because all that leather he had on, honey. And number 10 on my list. Now, I said this in no particular order, but I put this one strategically at the number 10 spot because I said there's no argument on this. Like, it's point blank, period. A straight through album. One of the best albums, R&B albums, period, in life. It is early 2000s. One of the best R&B albums, period. The best album by this artist that he's ever made. I feel like everybody, when you think of this artist, you think of this album. If you don't know what I'm talking about at this point, it is Usher, Confessions. That album is a straight through. That album is a bop. Every single song. Ooh, Lord, that album had 20 songs. 20 songs. Well, no, let me not say 20 songs. It has 21, but it has some interludes up in there, you know. But you can even listen to the interludes. Like, this is back when you could listen to interludes. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. But this album was it. This album was it. We had, this album just fire. This album just fire. Like, Usher was in his bag. That's why I see he trying to make another. I think it's supposed to be a Confessions Part 2 dropping. He hooking up with Jermaine Dupri. I don't know if he's still going to be in that bag, but if he is, boy, you dropping another classic. You dropping it. You dropping it. Because that album was fire, okay? Usher was sitting up there with the little beanie, because this is the era that Usher kept wearing them little hats, them little beanie hats, when he was in the club with the oversized tees. When he started this one like, this was Usher's era, honey. Usher's voice on the track is amazing in general, but Usher drops amazing music. I think Usher is probably one of the R&B kings, like, period. But this album, ain't nobody touching this album. Non-skip, play it straight through, front, back, listen to it again. The album itself is an hour and 18 minutes. girl, get lost in your ways. Like, when a song comes on my phone from this album, never skip it. I don't care what you say. You just sitting there like, always there one person that will always have your heart. Man, this is back when Alicia Keys still had her voice. Honey, come on now. This album was fire. What are you talking about? Okay, you guys, those are 10 R&B/pop albums that you can listen to straight through. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun with me. I hope if you don't know about these albums, now I put you on to something and you got something to listen to, because these albums are bops. I don't care what nobody say. These albums are amazing. And I had an idea. I actually wrote down 10 rap albums. Now, I feel like that list is going to be very unpopular. But I am going to do that. So make sure you guys are subscribed and you like this video. And you turn on your notification bell and be back here next Wednesday when I post. I post every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Make sure you are back next Wednesday so you can catch that video of my 10 rap albums that are non-skips. And I will catch you guys next Wednesday. Peace.